Battle for your life. Battle on. That's gossip.
That's podcasts.
That's podcast. Work it out. Serve it Salt Lake City style. That's gossip.
Guys, we're
my God.
fucking here. This is, what a day.
We are in a whirlwind today.
I'm a little overwhelmed, I won't lie.
You look fab.
Thanks.
Do you have little twists in your hair?
I have little braids. Dorit style.
You're serving GD, or no, not GD, PF.
What's that?
Pink Floyd.
Love. I went to see Roger Waters last night.
Serve it Roger Waters style. That's gossip.
Dear friend Roger Waters.
Where was it again?
At the crypto.com arena, formerly known as the Staples Center.
Oh my God, I fucking forgot they called it.
It's crazy.
That's nuts.
It's fucking crazy, especially with crypto like tanking right now.
Wait, why did they do that?
I don't know.
Why
I don't
don't they
even know
call
what
it, like-
crypto.com is.
If anything, they should call it like the Kobe Bryant Center or something.
They should just call it the Staples Center because that's what it's been. Because like I don't say to anyone if they're like, "Where are you going?" Crypto.com arena. That's like not a thing. You can't be like a .com center or arena or building or edifice of some sort.
Serve it Staples Center style. That's gossip.
Like you could be a crypto arena or crypto center, but you can't be a crypto.com.
But still, I wouldn't call it I'm always just going to say the Staples Center.
I think everyone is. I think they redid all the inside like signage and stuff to align with a crypto vibe. But I'm like, how much longer will this last? Like if crypto continues to flop and if it is indeed just a Ponzi scheme that was like a .com boom that bottoms out and goes nowhere, then will the crypto.com center survive or will it become a new center of some sort?
You know, I have to say it kind of feels like a weird, like when a regime change in some dictatorship and like they revise history and change the names of everything. Mm-hmm. Feels a little like that. Like going in and being like, it's never been the Staples Center. It's always been crypto.com.
It's like when presidents become new presidents and they can redo the White House.
Yeah, I'm always like, why?
Just giving the wives something to do, honestly.
That's true.
Giving the little lady a project.
Or whoever the first gentleman will be.
Mm-hmm. Probably won't be one, but yeah, go off.
Well, if a gay guy gets elected.
Would love a gay guy.
Not Mayor Pete.
I just actually thought of like gay husbands in the White House, and I got angry at the thought of that. What's up with that?
What do you mean?
I don't know. I was like, I want like
Let's unpack that.
I want a single fabulous gay guy.
That's not gonna happen.
I want a single fierce fucking bitch gay man as president. I don't want like a gay couple. No,
they have to be like Buttigieg. They have to be like.
They have to be heterofied.
They have to be straight.
No, but I want like a really cunty, intimidating queen.
That'd be a good sitcom. You should write it.
To serve White House fierceness.
To serve and protect, and the sitcom is just some gay like that.
But I'm not even talking about not even like a raging queen.
No. Just like a evil cunt.
There are really some super intimidating gay men where you're like, I can't even look at you or speak to you. I need that as president. Imagine the negotiations. We would once become dominant again as a country. Make America great again. Truly elected just an intimidating gay man, and you'll get everything you want.
That was me walking into any kind of gathering in the West Village and just being like, I am a non-entity here. Like I am a literal. I'm that like what's that like big purple like that kind of looks like.
You're the Hamburglar.
No, the other McDonald's one, like the purple one. That's just kind of like.
You're
I'm a Teletubby.
The blob.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. When I walk in.
You don't even get a face and like a hat. You're just blob.
I am blob.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. A West Village gay. Andy Cohen, honestly, should run for president.
Yeah. But they need Buttigieg.
Being president is beneath him, quite frankly.
There's so much more power in not being president.
Way more power.
People need to learn that.
Being president, I remember when we learned the salaries of presidents in like 4th grade.
It was like,
and I was like, oh, cool. Like you get to be like rich. They pay you well. And then I actually learned what being truly wealthy is. And I was like, being president is taking like a middle management position.
No, that's why all of them just get rich from like books and touring and like signing Netflix deals.
Being president is just a marketing tool.
Yeah, it's to launch you for after.
Like people will recommend that if you have a brand, you should launch a podcast because it's a great marketing tool. I would say if you have a brand, you should be president because it's the best marketing tool. Even better, believe it or not, than a podcast.
Being president?
Yeah. You might not think that that's the case, but being president is
look at
an
Obama.
Incredible
President
marketing
Obama
tool.
has a podcast with the boss, which always makes me want to rip my
Is
own
it
spine.
still going?
I don't know.
I feel like it's not.
Honestly, Donald Trump should start a podcast.
That's exactly what I was thinking. I was like, that would slay the game. That would be a comedy podcast.
I also think Biden should start one of just him.
It's just
telling
him
ghost
mumbling.
stories.
They should just mic him. He would never know. And they
That'd be
could just have a
avant-garde.
podcast of Joe Biden mumbling to himself as he like
Goes about his day.
sundowns. It's like starts pretty normally. It starts with him waking up and being like, where am I? And then someone briefing him. Like I stumbled upon this TikTok recently that was like some guy that owns a farm, but he has like this crazy TikTok with so many followers. And I slowly realized the reason that this like middle-aged man TikTok is popping off is because he cares for his dad who has dementia. And he posts a lot of videos of him like caring for his demented dad. And there's every day his dad gets up and is like, where am I? What is this house? Like asks the same questions. And he has to be like, Dad. He has to yell too because his dad's kind of deaf. And he's like, take that. Come on. Let's set a boundary. Okay.
No.
Sit.
Sit.
He's like, Dad, you're in Oregon. You moved in with me and my wife. We're taking care of you. And his dad's like, in Oregon, but where's my phone? I think she's around, but she's not heavily featured in the TikTok. And he's like, can we call my brother? And he's like, your brother lives in Florida. We'll call him later. We don't have your phone right now. And he's like, but my phone's here. And
so
then
it's like a compelling drama about like aging and mortality.
it's really intense. It was too intense for me. I think
father.
I followed and then immediately unfollowed because I was like, I actually can't confront this right now. But I love that he's getting millions of followers and tons of engagement.
It's literally that movie, The Father, with Olivia Colman and Anthony Hopkins.
Yeah, and I think you could do that with Biden. I think let's not even do a podcast. Let's just do a TikTok of that where it's just the aides kind of taking care of him and answering his morning questions.
I mean, Trump
bribing him to take showers.
Would have something similar, I feel like. Just he would be more bitchy about it.
I think that
Trump would be like, what am I doing?
He would just go off and then it would be his team like freaking out about what he's saying and trying to like
put out fires.
Yeah, but I would enjoy that too. It'd be a whole different genre. But I'm open to both. And guess what? This podcast, all we do here on SEP is generate incredible ideas for free for anyone to take. And honestly, if you were a genius like the two of us, you would take these ideas and you would be a millionaire. I'm telling you right now. You wouldn't even need to charge people taxes anymore. You could just make TikTok revenue.
Still Biden.
Yeah.
Still Alice.
That could be the TikTok
still
name.
Biden.
Mm-hmm. Still Bidening.
Still Bidening. I feel like I heard someone recently say they were still Alicing. And I was like...
People are saying it left and right.
I went...
That's my thing.
That's my thing. No, it's fine. No, it'll never be... They'll never... A single gay has no place in the White House, according to the American people.
They should have like a...
They have to be Buttigieg, who I feel like is secretly cuntier than... Like... the times I was like, okay, like when I was like,
did you watch the documentary?
No. When he in the debates, when I would watch him, there were times where I was like, all right, bitch,
you will work,
because he got like a little like with like Amy Klobuchar, who I loved when she would go out.
The claws came out.
I was kind of like, I went like this.
It's fun. I don't understand why more people aren't just like cunty as hell in a thing.
In a debate.
Yeah. In
Anyway,
one of those things.
Sorry.
All right, fine. We'll switch gears. What else is going on?
Well, hello. No, I don't want to like. But I agree with you. I think I would want a debate just full of ravenous, bitchy, fucking insults, zingers being slung, slaying, and bootsing.
Let's dunk. No one gives a rat's ass about a debate otherwise. You think anyone gives a shit? People are tuning in to see people dunk on other people.
Which used to happen and not anymore.
I'm just saying, put up your pussies. Up your pussies in the debate. Give them something to talk about, for God's sake. Do something.
For real.
Do something. Light a fire under our asses. Come on. They should hire me as a political consultant.
Oh my God, you could be like Buddha.
I'm not even joking. Someone pay me. Literally, you will not regret it. What else is going on? Anything that you want to talk about? Any docket news? What's up?
I did want to talk about something. Oh, I guess things are feeling weird this week because Jupiter the other day had never been closer than it was like in like 100 years or something than the other day.
Jupiter,
and I feel like that really set things in motion.
Mm-hmm.
House of Jupiter.
Jupiter's moving into like some crazy place in my chart. Right. It's like really good for me, a Gemini. For me in my chart, things are going great, and I'm loving that.
But it was like, I think it was like visible like from the naked eye.
You said there she is.
There she is.
I think it's always visible.
No, I know, but like very like you.
But
could,
now it's like
could,
she's making her presence known.
Like a little pirate scope and see like the moons. She's making her presence known. She is upon us.
That big girl's come around.
Big queen.
Ooh, she's big. Ooh.
I love her.
Yeah.
I recently saw Jupiter in a pair of high-tech binoculars when I was in Texas at the ranch, and I saw those moons, and it shook me. It freaked me out.
It's fucking crazy.
I was like, there they are. They're the moons.
You never think of planets as really existing until you're very confronted by them, and then you're like, we literally mean nothing in the grand scheme of things.
I just fully got body chills.
And it's fucking cool. Like, and you're also like, this is what is time. Time is also meaningless.
But also seeing the light, the silhouette, the light hitting the curve of the moon and I was like, oh my God, there's.
You loved her big, beautiful curves.
Her big, beautiful, loved her big naturals. But I was just like, oh my God, that like there is a ecosystem happening right before my eyes. And like there could be something there.
There could be so many things. They're discovering many Earth-like planets now because of that James Webb telescope. Who's the ultimate serve of 2022 is that Webb. Telescope.
That like united. Oh my God, speaking of bitchy, SpaceX, so NASA crashed a probe into an asteroid to test like in the event that an asteroid is heading towards Earth, we could like knock it off course.
They're getting a little deep impact on us.
But I think it succeeded and they did it right. And it was like a huge deal. It was like millions of miles away and they like precisely calculated it. Like
they went Armageddon without even having to hire humans.
No, and it was like way less like extreme and takes way less effort, I think, than like going into the drilling and all that stuff that was always in like the movies.
Mm-hmm. Recruiting a bunch of cowboys, negotiating with each of them individually, trying to train them, and they have attitudes, and you got to get them on the ship. Yeah,
they all have ODD. But you know, it's a huge accomplishment. Basically, it shows that the old girl still got it.
Yeah, NASA's not necessarily just totally fake.
And SpaceX like tweeted at them, "Congratulations on crashing something into like a rock millions of miles away." And it was like real, and I was just like, "You bitch."
Fuck you,
SpaceX. When's the last time a rocket of yours didn't blow up? Why don't you go blow up your lips some more?
Ooh.
But I was like, what is that?
Yeah, that seemed rude.
It's so rude.
I was really happy. I love it when NASA employees hug in the control room. That makes me like really happy. It brings me back to a place of like Apollo 13.
Yes.
And like I enjoy seeing them enjoy their missions going well. And then to see that tweet, I was like, fuck you.
Fuck you, SpaceX.
Fuck you. You really got some balls, I said.
But I was like, can't you just be like, congratulations to an amazing legend.
Or say nothing.
Or say nothing. Or just
why don't you blow up a bigger asteroid and flex? Like, I'm ready for you to like do an earth-saving thing.
But like, I was kind of like, you could join forces. You could share the applause, share the laughter, share the glee. But instead, you choose to be a hater.
You choose to sip haterade.
And you dunked on an American institution.
I'm also just like brings me back to like the insanity of, because I bet like SpaceX is all about like building on Mars and blah and like
what's going on with that?
But I'm also just like, it brings me back to remembering that like instead of really fixing our planet's problems, we're just gonna start building and colonizing like a pretty inhabitable planet. And I'm just like, it makes me want to die. It makes me think of Trash Island, and then it makes me feel like I live on Trash Island. And I know that eventually, once everyone moves to Mars, I will be living on Trash Island because Earth will be Trash Island.
We'll be stuck here.
Yeah. I mean, I don't want to put that out in the universe, but I don't see myself acquiring the Mars level wealth in my lifetime.
Mars will become like a playland. Mars is my playground. It'll become like a
will
Vegas.
Be the Americana.
It will.
And the apartments that are in the Americana is like Mars vibes.
Although some of them look kind of nice.
They're really nice. I would live there for free.
You'd be like, come out every day with your espresso and be like, Milano. Wait,
I also saw a crazy thing on TikTok recently, speaking of NASA.
What?
There's this TikToker that posited that the Challenger explosion was like, he was just like, this is crazy that every staff member on the Challenger had like a doppelganger in existence with the exact same name and same profession.
What?
I'm going to send it to you. He was like, I think he's positing that like they exploded the Challenger and tried to make us think that all these people died in the Challenger to like instill fear in humanity. But really, he found literal like doppelgangers of every single astronaut that was on there. Carey, I said, Dole, he's onto something. I was like, this is crazy. I was like, I'm not gonna say if I believe it or not. I'm gonna need more.
So what are the doppelgangers doing?
Control the narrative, control the world.
I know, but okay, so that's kind of like Malaysia 370.
Mm-hmm.
Like, where are all those people?
Where are they?
I mean, realistically, they're at the bottom of the drink, but
we never know because one numerologist said they'll come back. They're coming back. Things are happening.
That freaks me out.
I mean, add it to the list.
The Challenger thing is like, it's a horrifying.
That's crazy that happened.
On live
and
TV.
They were warned. They were warned of the malfunction repeatedly and repeatedly and repeatedly. They were like, and then they were like, we're lifting off anyways. They went, it's a doppelganger's love. They go, it's fake love. But I'm just saying,
it's the most horror.
If true, fucking crazy.
As someone who wasn't alive when it happened, I have to say that I'm just kidding.
What year did it happen?
86.
I was 2. As someone
who was
deeply affected energetically by the Challenger.
Lara went like this at 2.
They said it crashed, and I go. I was like Lisa Rinna, being like, I have PTSD. Single tear confessional.
Really rock that single tear.
Yeah, that was me. Anywho, I'm just saying things are crazy out there.
What's that meme of Nicki Minaj?
Yeah, it was like something.
Oh my God! Speaking of, I'm thinking of the Timothy Chalamet where he has that movie Bones and All.
Can't wait.
When
is that out?
Like next week.
Okay, thank God. Cinema's back, baby.
Smile has amazing reviews.
Did you see the viral marketing campaign where they just placed smilers like in the stands at like a Dodgers game, and it showed like a camera shot and there was just like a smiler in the stands? Genius levels. Smile is genius.
Queen Sosie.
I accept nothing else other than Smile is great.
That billboard.
By the way,
what?
I don't know if I've shouted this out on the pod, but if you're a patron They're recaps of seasons 1 and 2 of Vanderpump Rules that I did that are just Patreon only. And Sosie Bacon, star of The Genius Smile, is a guest on one of those recaps. So another reason to sign up for Patreon.
Upon researching the movie, I looked up the cast and I went to her Instagram and she follows Sexy Unique Podcasts.
Yeah, she's a fucking fan, Dole.
Sosie, if you're listening,
we smile at you.
Dole. Congrats to you, Dole.
It's smile time.
We smile.
I'm seeing that this weekend with my mom.
Oklahoma, where the smiles come sweeping down the plains. And I'm excited for you to go.
Yeah, I'm excited.
I want you to wear your hat.
I'm going to go Grigio Girls in Oklahoma.
Mango.
I'm going to go.
I want you to
I'm going to go Ayo in Oklahoma. Here we go.
Wait, I want you to go out to a steakhouse. I want you to go to like a Ruth's Chris and get a giant glass of
We don't do Ruth's Chris in OKC.
Okay, whatever the fuck it is. What's like the steakhouse?
I don't know. We just have a lot of beef, so everyone. The ranch. I want to go to the ranch. It's the bougie one.
Go to the bougie ranch, for a sober person, I want you to order a giant goblet of Grigio with some ice cubes and have a wedge salad and go.
I'm gonna have the ranch chop salad. I'm gonna have a dirty martini with a blue cheese olive, and then I'm gonna have a buttery Chardonnay.
and a creamy steak.
I'm gonna have a steak with like a full steak.
Hey, Mango, get down here. Mango, come on.
Mango, you were being professional and now you're really not.
Listen,
okay, come on. Get on down.
He's real. He's just real.
Where's Tonya?
He's under you. He's hiding. Mango, come here. I want you to go and just go to the steak and go to the steakhouse and go. Go like this.
I should wear a hat. I'm going to go Joanne.
No, you need to go Beth Dutton.
Yeah.
I think it's coming back soon.
I think so too. Guess what? I still haven't finished the last season because I told myself I could not watch another second of Yellowstone until I got a huge TV in my bedroom. And that was in December of last year.
Oh my God. Do you know who followed me on Twitter? Jimmy from Yellowstone. The green former.
No.
Yeah.
The rodeo Jimmy.
Yes.
Wait, that's huge.
And he's like, I think
he's
huge. A Lawler. Because he liked some like.
He seems to be.
I was like, oh.
Ooh, Jimmy.
But I wasn't even tweeting it. I was so. I mean, this is me being like, brag.
You know who followed me on Twitter? Jimmy. No, this is worth the brag.
I was literally like.
Do you think he listens to the pod?
I don't know. Maybe.
We need to like seed out our Yellowstone content on TikTok so they all know what fucking Yellowstoners we are. I'm like, do we need to cover the next season of Yellowstone on the pod? I'm not opposed to it.
I mean, I had a friend being like, thanks to you and Lara, I'm now begrudgingly watching this. And like, I hate it, but I can't stop watching it.
We've converted people and radicalized people to Yellowstone life. And to that I say, you're fucking welcome.
Welcome to the ranch.
To that I say, good on you, because I haven't watched because I never got the TV of my dreams. I'm out here just searching for a flat screen.
Speaking of the Wild Wild West, guys, we're back. We're back. Mm-hmm. I'm Carey.
I'm Lara.
And you're listening to
Sexy Unique Podcast. Salty Utah Queens.
God, it feels good to say it.
It actually does feel good to be back.
Night flight to Salt Lake City. Chase the moon across America.
I can't believe.
God, it's been so long since I've been on a plane.
I can't believe that it. What was that from?
Angels in America.
Oh, cool.
Night flight to San Francisco, but I'm doing it.
You're doing it
because it's like a Mormon play.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I was dreading it, but then by the time I pushed play and they gave us that Oscar level opening with the sound design of the century, I was like, you've sucked me in and I know nothing else but love for this franchise and these girlies. And I can't believe it. 3 seasons of this show. There's
got to be some kind of like category they can create for. I know like people are always like when people say where are the Emmys for this, it's stupid because it's like what are they gonna do? Mango, stop. Come on. But like they really should give Emmys to these editors.
Yeah.
I mean they do.
It's criminal that they don't get recognized or honestly there's no there's no form of recognition for these people that do a more important job than
like
many of the doctors on this.
Then like
no, but like many other TV shows. Like this is a essential genre at this point.
Anyone who's like a political like talking head, I'm like, people, the editors
Fuck
of Bravo are doing more than you are. So.
Sorry, I don't care Trevor Noah. I don't care Samantha Bee. I don't care Jon Stewart. I don't care Stephen Colbert. Like, bye. I want just...
Jon Stewart.
Wasn't he like... I don't know. I don't care. Yeah, that's just me not...
Hey, Mango, get away from that. Come here.
Carey, you gotta grab him. He's clearly not listening to you.
He's just a baby.
Mango, you're too old to be acting like this.
He's been through trauma.
Tonya?
Am I like a pushover dad?
You're the kind of dad. You're a helicopter dad, but you're the dad that also just goes, stop doing that. And they don't listen, but you also think that they are listening, even though their behavior doesn't change at all. Come get your son. There we go.
Come get your honey. Yeah, but I think it's interesting that I feel like the editors specifically in Potomac and Salt Lake City are just doing the Lord's fucking work.
They're putting in work. Guess what? Your hard work does not go unrecognized.
We see you.
You are true American citizens.
You're artistic innovators.
You are the artist's way, and we tip our hats to you. I wrote, this is A24.
It is A24.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, I'm raw dogging, but I
That's fine. I can leave. It's 2022 now in Salt Lake City, and it's down to just 5 women screaming at each other.
Well, we get a little recap, and I forgot Jen in the beginning with her microphone saying, "I make millions." Oh my God.
They just didn't add by scamming elderly people.
I mean, it filled me with immense dread to see her and Shah, Coach Shah, like.
I'm kind of happy that he'll get like a little break from her while she's in the clink.
The clinker?
She's in the clink. Yeah. He deserves a break.
He deserves to go like.
He deserves to have a vacation or just enjoy working and not having to like put out the Jen Shah fires left and right. Like he's earned this time away.
Yeah, I wish him and her children so much peace.
I know.
The Shahs have downsized from their 9,000 foot rental home to a 4,500 foot rental home, which still is very nice.
Yeah, and Jen's having a hard time coming to terms with that.
I'm like, that picture of her pouting in her new walk-in closet, I was like,
with her recently injected lips.
But I was like, this is not helping you. None of it like.
But I think she kind of knows and is just playing into it now. I mean, I'm all in on whatever, but at the same time, I'm like, this is not the way I would do things.
I'm just truly like, damn, like she's really sticking to her guns. Like she is not copping at all to anything. Like all the other defendants have pled guilty except her. And she's facing up to 50 years if convicted. And
she's about to plead guilty, but then also just say, I didn't do it still.
Yeah.
Which is an incredible move, but...
How much time do you think she'll get realistically?
I have no
5
clue.
years?
Yeah, probably 5 or 2 or 3 or something. Oof. I don't know. It's really... When is she getting sentenced?
I don't know. Did they prove her guilty?
No, she pled guilty. I think she realized she was about to go to trial, and I'm sorry, but no jury is going to have empathy and like want to listen to this woman's story.
Also the legal fees, like they can't afford that.
It's expensive.
So
like
expensive.
That would be a very, very expensive trial. And when you know the outcome is going to be not in your favor, like there's no way that she wouldn't get found guilty in that trial.
Also, I just need to say, and I'm not trying to sound snobby.
Just one thing.
What?
Just if you hold the mic in front of your mouth, because it's like, I'm just noticing that you're sounding softer, but I know that your volume's up. So you just have to have it in front of your mouth. Not to like the side like that or like that.
This is a question, and this is going to sound like super like of me, but do all these women rent?
Well, I think we now know that Meredith and Seth rent because they just want a vacation. They don't want to be tied down anywhere.
Yeah. Smart.
Also, I think that like renting now might be cheaper than owning or better than owning. Like you might be able to pay less than you would pay for like a mortgage.
You're not pissing away
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what they do. Maybe I think Whitney and Justin own because they're like renovating and putting like a speakeasy in their basement.
Lisa and John clearly own. Lisa is darking me out a little.
I'm into it. I love her going into the doorway with a fucking big gulp Route 44 and she goes, "Hey, John, I'm going to head out. I'm going to head to lunch right now." And like
he goes, "All right."
These women treating their husbands like they're their assistants.
Hey, John.
Hey, John. I love like her husband works for her.
Also, like if Simon ever came in and said, "Hey, Carey, I'm going to head out," I'd be like, "What? Are you mad at me?"
It's very like,
"Hey, John, so something." Okay,
you're an employee.
There's clearly something amiss in their marriage, or at least the editing is trying to make us think that they have something. There's some kind of weird stiffness or tension between Lisa Barlow and Daddy John Barlow.
Well, I'm curious to see Lisa's villain edit this season because we know it's coming and I want to love her despite, but I have no allegiances to anyone. So the tides could shift, but I also just think she's kind of iconic no matter what she does.
Of course she is, but she's definitely going to be. Also, you play it. I've said this before, but you play it that's the best way to go into any Housewives is having no loyalty.
Mm-hmm. Meredith is meeting up with Jen. Shocker. To have a spa day on in a hot pool on a roof.
Where was that?
I don't know, but I want to spot up. I think they've been there before, but it's in the summer. It's like a pool. And then, it just always is a hot pool. I don't know, but I was yearning to get back to Salt Lake City.
Jen and Meredith meet, and they walk in, and they're both looking really glam, and you just hear Meredith go, "Fabulous, fabulous. This is wonderful."
Wait, also, did you hear that Walter died?
Yeah, guys,
that's
Walter,
fucked up.
Of Walters, where we didn't get in.
We saw him one time, briefly.
He was there.
We did not get to go experience the Walter's experience while Walter himself was alive, and that is truly that's a tragedy. And we can never get that moment back. That's the one reservation I regret most in my entire life. That's one of my hugest regrets in life.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. Just like R.I.P. and
prayers up for Walter.
Life is so fleeting, and this is just another reminder of that.
I hope Walter is sealed in the Celestial Kingdom and he's not in the outer darkness like all of us.
I want to be in the outer darkness.
Same. Yeah, so Jen and Meredith are like chummy now. Meredith goes, "If you were to told me a year ago that I would be friends with Jen Shah, I would say something's wrong with you."
Jen is talking about Lisa's rant from last season. And she goes, "If I were Meredith, I would just monetize it. Make trash bag garbage whore t-shirts."
That was iconic.
I was like, this is why you make the big bucks.
This is why you're a marketing.
But also why you're a telemarketing scammer. It all makes sense.
So they sit down and Jen sort of, conveys her anxieties about the trial and like what's happening. And Lisa and Meredith goes, "You're going through a very hard time right now."
She goes, "Yeah, time is not on your side right now."
Time is not on your side right now.
Meanwhile, Heather and Lisa are meeting up for lunch, and
Shocker.
There is a sign in the restaurant on the wall that says "Cowgirls are forever." To that I say, are they?
Yeah, what is that?
Like cowboys are forever.
Cowgirls are forever. I don't even know what that means.
Me neither. That seems like a secret code of some sort.
Some kind of Mormon code.
It's not true.
No. I mean, no, it's not even that it's not true. It doesn't make sense to me.
It's just like a thing.
Cowgirls are forever.
It's just like Jax and Brittany having like beach life, sand in my toes, like signs in their apartment when they also live like landlocked, like in Koreatown. They live in Hollywood.
Valley Village.
Yeah, like That it's the same kind of energy.
Sand in my toes.
Sand in my toes, salt in my hair. It's like, okay, you live an hour and a half away from the nearest beach.
That's very Britney too.
But go
Britney
off.
Spears.
I know.
Oh my God, Britney, did you see on her Instagram yesterday? She posted a clip from the Addams Family movie and she wrote, I love this movie, The Witches of Eastwick.
Honey.
Sorry.
I love that. Heather's sweater, I love. Cozy blue.
Mm-hmm.
I was like into it.
She goes, Lisa Barlow called me out of the blue and she asked me for my help. And that's something that's never happened before. So I had to go meet. Lisa goes, hi, we'll both have anything Vita.
Really, I need some tequila. So anything you have that's Vita, please.
I think they're falling on hard times.
I feel like maybe that was never the big money maker for them. It's just like one of those things that you license. Like her business is being the queen of Sundance and having those events. But I feel like it was probably when she signed on for Housewives, she was also like, let me license a bunch of beverages and I'll have my sons license their things. And if one of those takes off, great. But if not, you can write them off as like their negative business expenses or something.
Maybe. I also think like the last few years have not been easy for people who are in events.
Yeah. So it's like, I would love to know the truth. I would love to know any thoughts.
We'll never get the truth from old Barlow.
Queen of spin.
So she basically is like, I really need your help getting through to Meredith. And Heather's like, oh, I thought you were going to apologize to me for calling me Shrek and a Lego figurine.
Didn't Jen call her Shrek?
No, Lisa Barlow did. Or Jen called her Shrek, but Lisa Barlow called her a Lego. Rude.
The flashback of Lisa going, her and her stupid family that poses, and I was like reliving it, like loving it.
I know.
Mm-hmm. I don't think she should have to apologize for that. People say fucked up things when they're mad, and honestly, Lisa's a hero for letting that go on the screen and not pulling like a Kathy Hilton.
True.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
These are the heroes we crave. I love a messy ass bitch, and I love like people's real rage coming to the surface because that's human. We have all said like gnarly shit about people behind their backs, and when we think that no one will know about it. Of course. Just some of us are smarter than others to not say that while you're mic'd up.
These women, Lisa has like an innocence about her a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And she kind of like, she's like, yeah, I mean, what do you think that I meant what I said? I was in a blind rage. And then Heather goes, she looks at her and she goes, I think that's how you really felt about Meredith. Which I was like,
at that moment. Yeah. Heather says that Lisa's going to really have to eat some humble pie to get past this little snafu. And Lisa goes, I've eaten so much humble pie. It's amazing. I fit into this dress. I was like, girl.
That's a quote.
That is cute, but.
That's a yearbook quote.
Mm-hmm.
Damn. I should have had that be my yearbook quote.
Meanwhile, Bobby Rose is at home in Whitney and Justin's House of Horrors making a pros and cons about guys list.
That was weird.
I like that she wrote as one of the pros of guys, good style.
When has that ever been true?
Is she making a list of like what her just impression of males, or is this like her wish list for a boyfriend? I think it's her wish list. The things she wants and things she doesn't
It's like
want.
it's like a vision board.
Okay.
But it was a little like, good luck finding
gay. They're gonna be gay.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that. But like,
Whitney Rose is back in action. She looks great. I think she looks snatched.
Love that.
No, you don't think?
I don't know. I don't know. No comment.
I mean, I'm not like
I'm Meredith sipping a I Heart New York mug at that comment.
No, I just think I think there was a minute where she was going a little veering into like
overfilled.
Cloyne. And then now she feels like she's let things settle.
Yeah. She looks about the same to me. Maybe she has some lowlights now.
Yeah.
But
her husband's never looked.
He's about the same.
Heather comes over and she goes, hi, Bobby Rose. And then she goes, what are you doing? And she's like, I'm making a pros and cons list. And she goes, well, she says something about sex.
No, she goes, she's like, well, let me take Whitney goes, I need you to take the wheel because Bobby Rose is at it again. And, and Heather goes, let me sidle up to you and tell you a thing or two, Bobby Rose. And then she's going like through the pros and cons list. And then she goes, I guess a con is not attractive, but like something Bobby Rose doesn't seek in a male partner and a life partner is them being not attractive. And Meredith goes, ugly sex.
Meredith. Let's call her Meredith.
Meredith goes, ugly sex is going to change your life. I was like, why the fuck are you telling like a 9-year-old?
That was disgusting.
You should not be talking about ugly sex to a child.
That was like raunchy to a level of like just, I was so...
I'm like...
I clutched my pearls.
Yeah, but also like, Jesus Christ,
let her turn 13.
This is a girl. And you should not instill that. I don't want like to instill the idea of like, ugly sex in a child's brain that hasn't like fully developed.
She's taking like cool aunt to like a place of like...
to a place of ugly sex.
It's like, that's like
when they're 19, you can introduce the idea of ugly sex.
And Whitney and Bobby went, oh, or Whitney and Justin went, oh my God, that's so Heather.
Well, because if anyone's having ugly sex.
Yeah, they're fucking.
It's old Whitney Ross.
Oh, don't get Heather started. She's positively boy crazy. Oh. So she brings her into her, I guess they got a new house or they got their house renovated or some shit.
No, they just built like a fucking speakeasy in the basement.
Is the Wild Rose going that well?
I don't know, but I'll bet this like also you push a button and everything turns and it's like a 6 sex dungeon for them. They need like a locked away room.
She goes, come in. Do you believe we have a bar? Can you believe it?
She was having a bar in your house is like, whoa.
So Whitney's like, she's like, I've been on a really spiritual path, aka yesterday, the day before this, I had a intense like chakra alignment session with an energy healer and
named Megan,
which
I don't trust. And also Megan talks very similarly to Whitney Rose.
And at the end, Whitney goes, can I hug you? And Megan goes, yes, of course. So they hug and she goes, so basically I've come to the decision that I want to remove my name from the temple. So she wants to be completely excommunicated from the Mormon church, which I'm like, okay, go off, bitch. But I'm also just like, she acted like she had this revelation last night.
Mm-hmm. And then it's as simple as just going to a website called like quitmymormonlife.com. I was like, wait, I thought it was far more dramatic. You print out a piece of paper and mail it to them.
Yeah, that's crazy to me.
I thought it was like...
That's like DocuSign.
Yeah.
I'm like,
it's worse because you have to print it and sign it and mail it. You can't even e-sig.
I thought it was like full, like billing your contract shit.
Yeah, but I guess you can tell them that. I think that's Scientology. I think you're getting
I know, but I'm saying like I thought Mormon Church had something similar where like you sign your like it takes like walking through fire to be excommunicated.
I think it's just as easy as a website now. Well, so we see. And so
Whitney, this was interesting. I didn't realize this. Whitney says like even though she's sort of persona non grata in the church, she and Justin, because of their infidelity and adultery that they committed together, they still are regularly visited by Mormons who keep tabs on them, and they have to pay the church still. So like,
wait, they have to pay?
Yeah,
they ask them for money, but I don't know if they have to pay.
Well, yeah,
you don't have to pay.
Well, I think it's like part of the religion. I mean, part of your income goes to the church.
I think that's what they ask you to do.
Right.
But I don't think that they can't like invoice you.
We don't know what's going on.
I know, but I think like in Southern Baptist, like they are like 10% of your income should
like
go to tithes. Yeah, so they can ask you. Yeah. They can find you and ask you to pay, but I don't think that you. I mean, please.
I'm just assuming like in the Mormon church, because Utah is basically like its own nation. I feel like they play by their own rules, and I'm sure it's like voluntary, but I feel like there's a lot of pressure probably.
Well, yeah, but I don't think that they're paying anything.
Well, you never know.
I mean, please someone let me know, but that would be crazy if they're like, the only way we can finally say no to making optional payments to this church is by mailing in a document.
I'm just assuming because Whitney and Heather's family is like Mormon royalty that they were like it was ground into their heads that they have to relinquish a percentage of everything they make to the church, even if they weren't that into the church.
Yeah, I think that it's more like they keep records of where you're living so they can hit you up and send you mail and be like, please make your yearly donation.
Right. So basically it's like Justin and Whitney are annoyed at
they just like don't want their name in the phone book anymore, basically. They want to be like unlisted.
And when she says it, Heather puts her hand over her mouth.
Heather can't even believe.
Because Heather's like pretends that she's like off the grid, but she secretly like still loves the church, I think.
I think she has real conflict. Yeah. I love also the thought of being love and light to Mormons. Honestly, like if this is your vibe, like fucking go the fuck off. But like
same.
If this like to believe that there's a ledger that God keeps a ledger with everyone's name on it, like some Excel document, and like your name is either on or it's off, and that's it for you, is fucking insane. You're fucking crazy if you think that, but like also maybe your life is amazing and what the fuck do I know?
It sounds like the church is sort of set up. The Church of Latter-day Saints just sounds like a college admissions building. Like that, it's like there's just records. It feels like more than any church, it feels really like just a lot of administrative shit.
But I think it's also like there are definitely records and someone's keeping your name on an Excel list, but spoiler alert, it's not God. You know what I mean? It's just
Marianne.
It's Marianne who works in the basement. Yeah. Like it's like an unpaid volunteer who's like manning the ultimate Excel list and like updating addresses and saying whether the letters went out.
If you want to think that there's a holy ledger, like God bless.
In this day and age, to be told, again, we come back to goodbye, Mary Cosby. Like, honestly, I wasn't even aware that she was gone because she was so like othered from the cast anyhow.
Oh my God,
but
like, think about it.
If your religion is telling you things that sound crazy on its face, like that God has a ledger of names, like please question that. Like a quick Google search and any sort of just basic intuition.
Question it all.
Question everything.
Yeah.
At this point, if anyone says anything to you,
question it.
You're Period.
Right. Period,
bitch.
Period. So Heather, she's like, Heather, I'd like you to be present while I remove myself from the Book of Mormon. And she's like, oh, okay.
Oh my God.
And she's
pacing around the Speakeasy Island.
She prints it out at her copy machine.
They go, it's printing. She goes, where is it? Oh, I got to sign. And I was like, you're signing a piece of printed paper
with a pen.
Yeah, like with the
you
drama.
Bought at Staples. That was wild.
This is crazy to me.
I wish she had done it at a Staples work center.
She folds it and she's folding it and Heather goes, and Justin's like, I'm going to have sex tonight.
Yeah, they're going to fuck.
They're going to have excommunication sex.
They're going to fuck on. They're going to print. I'm going to print another copy for us to have fuck on.
Yeah. Ooh, that'd be fun. Mm-hmm. That's what all the pomp and circumstance is about.
Yeah, they're going to come on it together and then mail it with the condom.
That's how they seal the envelope. Mm-hmm. Is he comes right just on the part of the envelope that you seal. And then she goes, and presses it. And then they mail it.
They're in low timber at all times.
Whoa, they might have invented low timber. They are the originators of low timber. How many loads do you think Justin gave Whitney over the course of low timber?
Every day.
Dual Lipa loads every day.
Dua Lipa.
I commit to 130 loads in low timber.
I committed to 4 times a day for 6 weeks.
That's honestly slay. Mm-hmm. I tip my hat again. Who's Angie K?
Oh, I thought it was going to be
Blonde Angie. I miss that Angie. R.I.P. to her wherever she is. Come back.
Yeah, that was...
Angie K looks like...
Angie K looks...
like kind of like Monica Bellucci meets China Chow, and I'm into it, but I need to know more about her and her massive house.
She kind of like Joyce Carol Oates in like the 60s.
She's offering to host Jen Shah's...
Coach Shah's 51st birthday.
51st birthday.
Which is sweet because she knows that they're going through...
But who pays for this again?
I think she did. Angie's been a friend of all theirs since like high school. She knows like everyone. She's very fucking rich.
Mm-hmm.
And I think they're maybe soft launching her.
This is a great way to soft launch.
But I also want other Angie who has a trans child, who's like a fierce trans ally, and
who wears like an ostrich feather, and she stirs the pot.
She freaking
stirs it.
Oh, this is a setup. This is a fucking setup.
Oh, I'm not falling for that again.
Oh, I cannot even. So she's coming in, and Jen and Coach Shah talk, and he comes home and he goes, "This was kind of hot." He was like, I was like, I'd get him coffee.
Yeah, I love
make me some coffee, please. And she goes,
a traditional gender roles moment can honestly kickstart the fire within, and that one really did it for me.
I'd be like, I would have been like, okay, absolutely.
That's like a low timber setup that I really appreciate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he sits down and he's basically like, I'm not going to lie to you. It's really fucked up right now. Like, I'm very afraid for her family.
Mm-hmm.
Because she's had to downsize the Shah squad. She has like one assistant now.
Yeah, they're living in squalor in a 4,500 square foot house.
Disgusting.
And she like really doesn't have like the whole squad at her disposal. And this trial's coming up that she will absolutely lose. And Sharif's justifiedly honest. Like a little bit stressed.
He's also like, he's kind of like, I feel like he's like, I don't really need this birthday party, but like we have to go to New York soon and go through millions of pages of paperwork. And
if it's free and someone else is footing the bill, then like by all means he deserves it. But I love too when he goes, so can I ask you a question? This is a Harlem Nights theme, and there were black people living in Harlem, so there are a lot of just white people here. So where are all the black people going to be? And she's like, no, I invited like everyone. And he was like, okay, good.
Yeah,
but I was
was
like,
real.
This is great research, because you don't want to have that party, which is kind of like the same as a Roaring 20s party, but also this is the acceptable version.
Yeah, I thought his like confusion and concern was
legitimate.
We needed to see that.
Yeah. Also, if it's like his birthday party that he may or may not want to have, and then it's just populated by like the whitest of the white folks in Salt Lake City,
he's like,
it's like, that's not fun.
That's not what he wants.
He goes, what I don't want is for someone to use this party to confront someone. I just want to have a good time. And I was like, honey, good luck.
Good luck.
But honestly, it seemed like it was popping off without...
It looked fun.
Yeah.
Seth and Meredith chat in their rental.
Meredith goes, we're empty nesters now, and
all of our children have gone.
We just want to be able to travel and not be tethered down.
There's lots of tethers.
Mm-hmm. Seth is reverting to like fuckboy era dressing, and I'm not really mad at it. I think he's hotter than ever.
He's hot.
He's so hot.
He's working from home, so he's not traveling so much. So they're like fully like.
She goes, we're empty nester wanderers. And I was like, that's fucking sexy.
Meredith and Seth are truly Hellraiser.
They're just
we're explorers
they're roaming.
of the further regions.
Yeah, they are. She goes, it was so rude of Lisa Barlow to say those things. She goes, what does Seth do? Well, what does John Barlow do for a living except follow Lisa around? And I was like, amen.
Yeah. And she goes, and there are lots of rumors circulating about the Barlows that I would not repeat. Like the fact that they don't have much money in their companies anymore. And I was like, okay, so you're
obsessed.
Also,
she goes, she conjures SEC documents.
She does.
Which is a real move.
Meredith is like always like, she goes, they're public. Everyone can look at them. I'm like, damn.
You don't fuck with Meredith Marks. Isn't she a lawyer?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I also have to say that Meredith, every time I see her like at home, I have like a vision in my head of her like screaming at her family.
Oh, for sure.
Like, I have a vision in my head of like being friends with one of her kids and like playing video games or something in the basement or like watching a movie, and you just hear her upstairs being like, "What the fuck is going on?" Like just yelling.
Yeah.
I feel like she has like a scary side to her.
Mad mom rage.
Mm-hmm.
Fair. Meredith goes in her talking head. She goes, "I have never exchanged sex for money. That's what a whore is." And they go, "Are you implying that Lisa Barlow is a whore?" And she just goes,
with an I Heart New York mug.
I was like, holy
also,
fuck.
Also whore? I'm like, damn.
Whoa.
I feel like no one really says that anymore.
We should bring back whore.
It's funny.
It's a cute word.
Yeah.
I love her implying that Lisa Barlow
is a sex worker.
She's, I mean,
go off.
Fuck yeah. I want to know about that history.
What a history.
The Harlem Nights party is underway.
Looks really cool. That view gave me chills.
This house is incredible.
Where can we go there next time we're in Salt Lake?
I know.
We need
Angie
to find
K.
Angie K, come to sup.
Jen looks great. I've got to say.
Gorgeous. Shah looks.
Coach Shah looking hot. Everyone there is hot, and I'm like in a place of fedora forgiveness. Except for the white people in fedoras, you don't get to do that.
But all the women look really good. They're all wearing sequin. Lisa walks in a boring black dress, and she's like, "Oh my god, I should have worn sequin. I'm the only one here that's not sparkly."
There's this guy named Big Baby who's
a Celtics player.
Yeah, Glenn Davis from the Celtics, which I was like, basketball, I guess. And I need Heather to be with a pro athlete.
Heather,
they're hot together.
She has good game.
She really does.
She just knows.
She's good flirt.
She puts herself out there in a way that's not like desperate, and it's like
sexy.
It's sexy, but it's like, here I am. I want to fuck.
Yeah.
And it's confident, and I really respect her.
I like it too.
And
I was like
cute.
taking notes. Yeah.
He was 6'8".
Posed together, and I was like, this is hot.
Yeah, they had like he was very sweet, and like, I don't know, there was something about him where I was like, I could see why she's like, shiver me timbers.
I also understand like being a fellow like tall girl. It's like you want to be with someone who makes you feel small.
Yeah.
So like the taller and the bigger the better, because then you just get to feel like a little girlfriend.
Yeah. Little widow.
Oh, I'm tiny. And like for someone like me, it takes like someone needs to be like 7 foot.
You need to be dating
tall.
the predator.
Yeah, I do. And I would. I need to be dating like a 7 foot, 280 pound
alien
beast from another planet that just can only see in infrared.
Oh my god, I use infrared glasses on the ranch in Texas at night, and I felt like the predator.
Did you feel like Silence of the Lambs?
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
So then Meredith and Seth arrive after Jen and Coach Shah get there, which I was like, it's kind of a power move, I feel like.
Mm-hmm.
No?
Like when they arrived?
Being late like that, I feel like is very Meredith. Making an entrance.
Yeah.
She looks amazing. Seth looks hot. They walk in, and Lisa goes, "Oh, I'm going to need some tequila now. I just need something Vita."
She's shilling. Every wife has got a tequila to shill these days.
It's true.
It's really true.
All the housewives are tequila is the name on everybody's lips.
It really is.
Tequila.
Jen stops the party to give a moving speech, and I'm just obsessed. Did they ever name that tall guy that's like Sharif's BFF? There's a really tall guy in a suit and a fedora. He's just standing in the center, like very blatantly like filming them, and his whole vibe during their speech was incredible to me.
This speech made me a little emotional.
Me too. then this guy like comes over and he's like the one dancing with Sharif afterwards, and that's when Sharif really expressed the most joy I've ever seen him experience on camera. I felt as like,
I think these are his fraternity brothers.
Yeah, but I was like, I need to know more about this guy because he's truly the one.
He's Sharif's true blue, maybe.
I just love, when you're all standing around at a birthday and like you sing happy birthday and someone's filming, but it's like more low key. And you need to go back because he was truly like.
That's my best friend Matt Grabiak filming me.
There's always maybe a filmer that's like a little too like front and center serious about it, but it's great.
But to you, you're like,
no, they're doing the work. You're gonna appreciate that video.
But like to an outsider, they'd be like, what's going on?
You're just like, whoa.
Yeah, but to you, you're like, yes, you are where you're supposed to be.
When Coach Shah's happy, I'm happy.
Me too.
Poor John Barlow though.
He looks a little lost.
Life has had its way with him. Mormonism is sucking the life out of him. He just wants a friend.
He does. Seth and him are like, they kind of have like they're like, nothing. He's like, I just want to let you know nothing Lisa said like reflected anything I feel about you. And Seth's like vice versa. And, it's.
He goes, John's like, can we hang out? Like, it's been a long time. And Seth is like, not really because.
The wives are.
And I just felt. I was like,
John
was heartbroken in that moment.
And then Lisa confronts Seth.
Lisa first everyone's dancing and they're doing like the Harlem Shuffle or something, and then it just cuts to Lisa and she's going. Yeah.
When they're walking up to the party, she goes, "Wow." She's talking to John and she goes, "Wow, it sounds like they're having a good time in there. I love that." Also, they dropped the bomb that Lisa's allegedly having an affair.
I know. They're saying, okay, so the rumors now are that there are SEC documents filed against her companies.
They're in extreme debt.
Lisa's a whore. At some point in her life, Lisa she engaged in sex work, and she's cheating on her husband. Damn. I'm obsessed. They are launching fucking grenades at Ms. Barlow, and you can also tell that she's horrified about being put on blast and having that audio out, so she's really trying to save face but is bad at it.
She's bad.
She's terrible at it.
She goes up to Meredith at one point. She's like, "I hope we can talk." And Meredith just goes, "Hi."
Lisa sidles up to Heather and Whitney, who are at the like blackjack table, and she goes, "Hey, what if I had a queen? What if I had a queen?" And like puts down a card, and I was like, she's never been more uncomfortable than she is.
She says, "What if I had a king? What if I had a king?" And then Heather goes, "A king for a queen."
Then Whitney is like, "I think we should all take a trip to a fun, warm place. Let's go somewhere warm and fun before Jen has to go to New York."
Producer's like, clock's ticking.
I was like, where are they going to go? I'm so excited. Like, I know they can't probably go to Mexico because Jen can't leave the country. I'm like waiting on the edge of my seat. She goes, "I'm thinking we go to Scottsdale." And I wrote, "No.
Nightmare. No.
Sorry. If you live in Arizona, you know we're right." I was like, you could go to Miami. You could go literally.
Fort
Do you
Lauderdale?
think Jen's not allowed to go like more than a certain amount of miles out of Salt Lake City, and that's why Scottsdale?
We can go to Scottsdale.
She goes, "I'm thinking we go somewhere fun and so warm. It would be really nice getaway this time of year. So what I'm thinking is we all pack up and go to
Provo,
Scottsdale,
St. George."
She's like, "Go to Tulsa." Travis like, Scottsdale.
Heather.
They could go to Vegas.
I know. Well, they have to wait.
They have to go where there's some.
There's some sun and fun and beers in the sun. Scottsdale.
They could go to San Diego. Well, that's too. I'm wondering if they can't go to places that are too close to like the border, like San Diego, where Jen can make a clean.
You have to be within 100 miles of the border, like out of the border.
Yeah, or like they can't go to Miami because she could just get on a boat and go to Cuba.
She's a flight risk.
She's a total flight risk. They can't go too far north because she could just go to Canada.
Damn.
So that leaves all of them going to Scottsdale.
We are going to Scottsdale and then to Flagstaff.
Going to do an Arizona tour. Tucson next.
Maybe go to Sedona.
Yeah, that's what I thought too.
That'd be healing.
Spot up. Yeah, you need healing energy.
You need vortexes.
But I guess Scottsdale it is.
Damn.
Yeah, and that's when Lisa goes up to Meredith and tries to like make peace, and Meredith is not having it. So she hones in on Seth.
She tries to work, and Seth is basically like,
she's like, you were really mean, and there's
why did you say that? And she's like,
I didn't mean it. It was in the blind rage, in the heat of the moment. I really didn't mean it.
and Seth's like, well, part of you
said it, so
did.
She goes, I don't know, but truthfully, I don't even remember. I love trying all the excuses and then being like, well, those didn't work. So the honest thing is I don't even remember it.
Fucking J. Edgar Hoover.
And then he's like not buying that. And she goes, I know, I regret all of it. Just forgive her.
Meredith is not someone that forgives.
No.
You have to really... Meredith, I think, has a difficult time owning up to anything of herself. But if you slight her, especially in this way...
You insult her family.
You insult Brooks.
Her husband, Brooks. The flashback from the beginning of the episodes where Meredith turns to Jen and she goes, did you or did you not like a post that called Brooks a sissy bitch?
No.
Laughing.
A twink.
A slur. That is a slur.
Also, I love when Meredith goes like this. She goes.
Super lawyery of her.
Her face looks amazing.
She looks snatched.
Yeah.
Well, I'm trying to support my Wild Rose, so give me a break.
What's the deal with Wild Rose Beauty?
Must be doing well if they're making a bar.
They're making... Feels incredible to have a
bar.
To have a speakeasy.
To have a parlor.
To have a bar in my own house.
A luxury.
Well, I'm back. I'm glad we're back with our girls.
Me too. Love them or hate them. They're in SLC. Love them or hate them. I guess we're still going to talk about it.
Guys, we have a show on October 15th at the Bowery Ballroom in New York City. It's coming up in like 3 weeks. Tickets are on sale. It's going to be a great time. Come out and see. We're back in the razzle dazzle, the hustle bustle of the concrete jungle. So
it truly is going to be the most fun show. I'm so excited.
So if you're in New York or in the tri-state area or just want to come in, like have a New York moment. It's on a weekend.
Guys,
it's so fun.
My Philly heads, I feel like
Boston.
Philly, I'm looking at you.
For me.
Come, just take the train. It's really easy. Come to New York.
Boston, Connecticut, just come, guys. It's going to be so good. Our New York girlies and gays, we are counting on you.
It's going to be a great time.
So come out and see us, guys. Tickets are on sale.
We link in the description of the pod, also link in our bios. So get tickets for you and your loved ones and come loll with us on a Saturday night of all things.
And with that, I bid you adieu.
Bye.